Hi, this is Scott Jordan, and you are watching live here at Cellars of Sonoma in beautiful Railroad Square, Santa Rosa, California. And welcome to TV Tuesday Live. This is the show that we taste wine, we talk about wine. I get to interview from time to time winemakers and chefs and people in the hospitality business. And sometimes I bring in Karina to taste along with us. And Karina is here today. Where are you at? Are you in the shop? Oh, there you are.
It's a little delayed.
So Karina and I are going to talk about barbecue wines. Summer is here. Man, it's like 85. It's warm out, man.
It is. It's nice.
Yeah.
I rode my scooter today. It was pretty awesome.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. Too bad you have to wear a helmet.
I know, sometimes, but it's pretty safe. I mean,
Yeah.
I was riding my scooter a couple of weekends ago, and this big old truck was driving past me, and it scared me, so I was really glad I had my
Why are you
helmet on
driving
then.
where trucks drive? You're in a little teeny thing.
You gotta ride on the roads,
It's
too.
the size of this table.
It is. It is.
It's really tiny.
It is. But, you know, you gotta ride on the roads, and they gotta respect you just like they would a regular motorcycle.
They don't give you any.
They don't. I know, they don't. But it's part of the fun. And not, well, that's not part
They
of
give
the
you no
fun,
respect, no.
but, you know, gotta respect the two wheels.
Man, that's tough. That's tough.
It is.
Well, you look cool in it. It's a cool rig. I like it.
Thank
Today
you.
was a perfect day.
Oh, yeah.
You know, could have been out with shorts and t-shirt. And,
Absolutely.
And rocking and rolling.
The last thing I wanted to be doing was working all day.
I was inside, sequestered all day long. I want all of you to know I did not enjoy any of this day today. It really irritated me. I had way too much computer junk stuff to do. So, hello to everybody that's tuned in. One of the things that I'll have you do at some point is run to get our bag.
Okay.
I've got your bag, but just don't forget that.
I'll go get it right now.
Oh, okay. Bye, Karina.
Bye.
As many of you know, one of the things that we do in the tasting room when you come and visit is our flight tastings. We're really going to do a flight tasting today, and we're going to do a flight of Zinfandel and Syrah. We're going to do 2 Zins, 2 Syrahs. We're going to talk about barbecues. But whenever you visit, remember, you can do flight tastings of various types. One of the ones is a blind tasting. And if you do the blind tasting, you get to enter a contest to buy a bottle of wine for $1, and you get in this bag here. Now, some of you have won way too many times. Shout out to Brad.
No names mentioned.
Yeah, Brad, if you're watching, I'll have Jen come next week. He was gonna have Jen pull the names.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's given a bottle to you, and to Jen,
Thanks,
and
Brad.
to Ron, and to Andrew.
Okay. Very cool.
Notice there wasn't one in there for me. Did you notice that?
I noticed it. I'm sure we'll
thanks,
share.
Brad. Yeah, that's okay. Not a big deal. I'm only the one who invented it, for God's sake.
Make him feel guilty.
But anyway, you get to put your name into this hat to buy a bottle of wine for $1. And so many have won, many have been pulled, and
I think
realized,
I should pull today. Maybe
they
somebody
don't
else will
trust
get
me
lucky.
anyway. I mean, here I'm rifling through here. I'm just going to look at this just for kicks. Anyway, no, I have no idea what that is. But I'll pull a name after we taste the first or second wine, and I'll do like 2 or 3 pulls. It's for 2 bottles.
We're up to 2 bottles now?
Yeah, up to 2 bottles for $2. So we can't go wrong with that. So we'll do that, and let's see if we get a winner on somebody that's chiming in. So we're talking barbecue. The weather is changing all over the country, except for New York. It was really cold in New York
Yeah.
today. Why do you guys live in New York? Anybody tune in from New York? Tell me, give me one reason. I mean,
The weather's been just so crazy lately. It's supposed to get cold again this week, and then it's supposed to get hot for the weekend. Thankfully for the weekend, but still.
Yeah, but we're talking cold in the 70s.
That's
some
true.
of these people are talking 50s.
Well, there was like these ice particles. Like it wasn't even snow. It was like ice that was in like the Midwest somewhere. That was like falling from the sky. I mean, it's crazy.
Ice falling from the sky.
It was ice.
Okay.
I swear to God, it was on Good Morning America.
Was
I
it?
saw it with
Okay.
my eyes.
That's a communist station. It's got to be. Well, barbecues are coming up. Many of you across the country are going to enjoy barbecues, and a couple wines that work really well.
Yep.
Zinfandel works quite well. We're going to talk about two different Zinfandels.
Yeah. Very different zins.
And two very different Syrahs from two different parts of the two Napa and Sonoma valleys.
Yep.
So let's start with the first wine. The first one we're talking about is, I'm going to pull it out of order here because they showed the Gan first, and the Gan's a much bigger zin, and we'll talk about the jamminess idea.
Okay. Yeah.
This is produced by Bonneau. This is a 2007 Dry Creek Valley Zinfandel. Dry Creek Valley is to the north of our location, about 14 miles, and then a little bit up the hill. And I don't know what kind of shot we're going to get with that. Anyway, they can see.
Do you want me to move it?
Well, you know what I was going to do? I have, which I've never used. I have a remote for that.
Oh,
I know. Or you could just go like this.
that's kind of awesome. We'll have to try that one day.
Well, the problem is I didn't have a battery for it. That's why I don't have it.
Okay.
I really looked at it and went, oh, that would have worked really cool.
That
if
would
I
have worked very
had
cool.
a battery.
Be all
But-
technical.
Yeah, so we can't do everything, gang. What can I tell you? So Dry Creek Valley fruit, 12 months in French oak. Great buy on this wine. Retails for $26. He's got a 2-for-1 on this. 2-for-1, guys. 2-for-1. Are you kidding me?
And it's the end of vintage, which means once it's gone, it's gone.
It's gone, man.
I've made that mistake.
It's flying out of here, but beautiful, beautiful wine. So this is what I would consider a lighter style of Zinfandel. And in fact, what we'll do, we'll leave this in our glass, and then we'll pour the Gan, and you'll see the color difference right away.
Right.
Very dramatic. And that Zinfandel is from the opposite side of the valley. That's in the Alexander Valley.
Two of my favorite valleys, Dry Creek and
Dry Creek,
Alexander.
Alexander Valley?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I got out and did some wine tasting over the weekend. Went over to Olivet Road and went over to see Randy over at Harvest Moon.
Oh, very nice.
God, he makes great wines. That's a
They
shout
do.
out to Randy.
Really
if you ever
fun.
get over on Olivet Road, there's about 8 or 9 wineries on that road.
Yeah, there's a good amount.
And there's some pretty nice wines on that street.
And they do a really cool thing at Harvest Moon. It's like the sparkling Syrah. Is that what they do? Or sparkling Zin?
Yeah, he's done that with several different
Okay.
wines.
Yeah.
So he keeps mixing it up. But
Pretty
you know what
cool.
I had over there that was really, really good, and this is something you guys can look for when you're out shopping. We have one here that Dunant makes. He had a dry Gewürztraminer.
Oh, yeah. The dry Gewürz is great.
Rocked the house.
Yeah.
And he has outdoor brick oven for pizzas. And so when he has events, he makes pizzas.
Oh, well, I'm sold.
Yeah, but he had a pizza that was all like, pesto and
Yeah.
light cheeses. And the Gewürz worked like a champ with that.
Oh, yeah,
But
I
it was
bet.
bone dry. So if you're
That's-
out in the store, no, go ahead.
Well, a lot of people they hear a Gewürz and they automatically assume it's going to be a sweet wine.
Right.
And so that's a common misconception, and they're missing out on really great, delicious wine sometimes if it's a dry,
Yeah.
dry Gewürz. Or
Yeah. And
so.
it was magnificent, and liked it a lot.
Yeah.
So we're going to we're gonna visit some of those drier white wines in a couple shows. 'Cause
Yeah.
Now the weather's changing. We're talking to the white, but again we want to talk barbecue. So this wine here, for example, being a little bit lighter,
Yeah.
you would lean toward ribs. Would be very, very nice with this. Or if you're having chicken, and you're not going to stay with a white wine, which with like chicken breasts, you could easily do white wine.
Absolutely.
But if you're like me, I like to have a little bit of barbecue sauce.
Oh, yeah.
And if I get a real spicy barbecue sauce, this is going to work really well.
That would be perfect.
Think of Dry Creek Valley. Always think of spices. Okay, so spiciness to the nose, it brings it out in the food choice. So don't worry, spice, that works really well. Now, a couple of hints on barbecuing with food. You want to match the weight of the food with the weight of the wine. And what we mean there is we don't want, and we'll talk more about that when you get into the Gan Zin.
Right.
The Gan Zin compared to this, a much bigger wine, bigger mouthfeel,
Oh, yeah.
jammier. Well, you're not going to want to go wimpy on that at all. You can't have a wimpy food with a big heavy food. It doesn't work.
Right. One will overpower the other.
Clearly, you want them to balance it and complement each other. And one of these days we're going to do a live show with Jack and Tony. I keep telling you I'm going to do it, and I just haven't been able to put the whole thing together. But
Yep.
we're going to have a dinner where he's going to cook on the spot, right with the wine.
That'll be exciting.
Pair it up, right?
Yep.
Pair it up. I mean, that'd be awesome. So you're going to match the weight of the wine and the weight of the food. Like grilled fish or unsauced chicken can work with lightly bodied, low tannin red wine. So,
Yeah.
low tannin, we talked about that before.
Right. We have a question from
Okay.
Brad.
Okay.
And Brad is wondering, actually, my Vine Spot, he said, was asking if Sauv Blanc would work. I'm assuming maybe with the chicken?
Well, you can clearly bring white wines into your barbecue. I didn't purposely do it here because
Yeah.
I wanted to show the contrast between the different Zins and different Syrahs.
Right.
But yes, you could certainly have Sauvignon Blanc with your say your chicken.
Yeah.
So if you're having a chicken breast and it's nicely seasoned, but you're not going to go into a heavy sauce with it, or at least a heavy red sauce.
Right.
Then a Sauvignon Blanc could work really well. Sauvignon Blanc can handle spicy foods, but I want to stay with the lighter meats, and I don't want to get into the heavy sauces that are making it real spicy. So, you can get away with it, but again, we talk about the weight of the food. It's going to start weighing itself down once I lap on a whole bunch of that barbecue sauce. You're probably not going to want to go in that direction. You're going to want to move into Zin or maybe into a Syrah.
So typically when people are so they have a bunch of wine at their house and they're cooking some food and they're like, well, what wine should I drink? Do you think that they should typically start out with the white first, or if they're in the mood for red, just go for it? And
well, it's a great question. In food pairing, what you always want to do, and when you do tastings here in the tasting room, we want to start you out with light, and then go to heavy. What we don't want is we don't want the wine to blow your palate out, and the red wine will coat your mouth so that the white wines just taste awful. I mean, it just blows them out completely.
Yeah.
So start with your light wine. So if you're inclined to have a dry Gewurz, for example, or Sauvignon Blanc, or La Serena's dry Moscato.
Oh yeah.
Right.
That's
Great
nice.
thing to start. Start that with your appetizers. Certainly, you could do, some really nice light cheeses with that.
Oh yeah. Like a Manchego, your favorite?
Manchego, my favorite. I'm just telling you, it goes really well.
It does.
It does really well.
It's a great cheese.
It's a great cheese. Shrimp. You could do
yeah.
shrimp all day long, sautéed in some butter. That would be magnificent, and that would go really well, and they would complement each other.
Absolutely.
And then as you move into the main course, then I think you make a transition into Zin or Syrah, something on that idea.
Yeah. Because who really sticks to just one bottle?
No.
Nobody.
Boring people. So nice to hear from you. I normally don't get to see the questions because Karina's normally on the other end of the camera, so I'm just peeking over here to see what the chatter is.
I think they were talking to each other.
Oh, they were talking to each other. Well,
Sorry,
that's
guys.
fine. Yeah, I love you, but really, that's what you're doing? Okay. And so you want to complement richer flavors with full-bodied wines. Full-bodied, as we get into the Syrah, you want to make sure you're getting into a little richer wine, and we'll talk about that. Now, let me ask a question, and then you guys can answer here.
Okay.
And I'm. Did you watch any of those?
I did watch those clips.
we want to do a little segment. Those of you that ever seen Johnny Carson, he used to do Karnak the Magnificent.
Yeah.
And he would give the answer, and then he'd open up the envelope and read
And he
the
dressed
question.
like a genie.
Yeah,
It's kind of fun.
It was pretty fun. So we're not doing that tonight, but I do have some questions, but I do have the answers. So
Well, that's good.
yeah. So I can't give you the answer to this one because it's a multiple choice.
Okay. And so they're gonna answer. They're gonna
Yeah.
take
So
A,
I'm
B,
going
or
to give
C?
you the question, and then I'll give you the 4 answers.
Okay.
And then we'll pour the next wine.
Okay.
And then you guys chime in to see what your answers are for the question. So the question is, you'd like a smooth, rich wine with low tannins. With your dinner, your best option would be Cabernet Sauvignon,
Yep.
Nebbiolo, Petite Syrah, or Merlot. Okay, so A is Cabernet Sauvignon, B, Nebbiolo, C, Petite Syrah, D, Merlot. What do you guys guess you would want with a lower tannin wine with your meal?
So while they are marinating on that,
Okay.
then we do have a
She's drinking this
question.
stuff in advance. She said, Scott, what wines do you have for the show tonight? Shall I drink them in advance? And I said, yeah, do whatever you want.
So we do have a question from, I believe, a new attendee, and they're Demi Love. So welcome.
Tell me where you're from, Demi Love.
Demi Love would like to know if we think that certain California Pinots would work well with the barbecue.
Well, yeah, if you're barbecuing lamb, right on the money.
Yeah.
You know,
Lamb, just lamb, you think?
Well, lamb works really well.
Yeah, okay.
We, for Thanksgiving, we barbecued both birds. We had 2 birds. We did it here in the tasting room. I've told you guys this before, but we've done it twice now.
Yeah.
And we did the barbecue out there. I had 2 birds in the barbecue and barbecued it.
Wow.
Oh, it was badass. And,
I bet.
And what's cool is you close the lid on it, get it 350, you close the lid, and you don't open it.
Right.
Not even
For how long?
For like 2.5, 3 hours.
Okay.
And I had 2 mango giant
Oh my
Superman
goodness.
birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I may have to come crash your party next year.
Yeah. I'm surprised that we didn't have. We normally bring strays.
Yeah.
So
well,
we're really good about bringing strays. So we'll work on that.
sounds good.
Yeah. You can crash anytime. Yeah. Yeah, Pinot Noir will work really well. But remember, you want to measure the weight of the food to the weight of the wine.
Right.
So Pinot being a much lighter wine, if you're getting into a little heavier foods, I might suggest looking at a Pinot that maybe is a little earthier.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like our Dunat that we have
Yeah.
here.
And for that, when you're looking at wines, I don't know where my shot is because my camera. That's okay. You can sit right here.
Okay.
What you want to do is make sure you read the labels, and look for Russian River on
Right.
the label.
Right.
If it says California, you're not going to know where the fruit came from. Therefore, the characteristic that you get from Russian River may not be there because maybe none of it came from Russian River.
Right.
Right.
Very generic, and that's for a reason
Oh,
to
totally.
do that.
Totally. So I would think earthier Pinots would work and nicely in your barbecue as you move up the weight of the food
Yeah.
and the weight of the spice.
Yep.
Then I'd lean in that direction. Don't go for maybe Los Caneros or Sonoma Coast. Those are going to be a little lighter.
Yeah.
They're not going to hold up right. I think you're going to have a problem. So great question. And you're from Chicago. Oh,
Yep.
great.
Taking a study break.
And I just wanted to ask, it's Demi Love.
Yep.
How'd you hear about us? I always want to know how you hear about us. We're always looking for new viewership.
And then now to answer our question card,
yes. Okay.
we actually have 3 answers from, one answer, same answer from Giselle, Brad, and Cellar Mistress, Grace.
Okay.
They all say Merlot. All of them.
Really? Any other guesses? The problem is, we did this 2 years ago, and they remember the answer.
Or
Now-
they're just very smart.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you the answer, but I'm going to qualify it. Okay.
Okay.
The answer is Merlot, and very soft tannins. But I'll tell you what, if you have Gans 06 Merlot, that's a big, giant wine that might be rivaling Petite Sirah.
Yeah.
Comes from Alexander Valley, so it does have some softness to it, but it's a big, meaty wine.
Yeah, that's a nice. I remember that's a great.
It's a pretty big wine.
Yeah.
So that may throw that off, but yes, you're right, Merlot. So, even though that movie came out sideways and screwed up the Merlot
Sure
world,
did.
I mean, big time. Don't walk past the Merlots. Pick them out by location. Pick them out by appellation. If you know that it's a good producer and it's in a really nice appellation, then go with your Merlots. Don't hesitate from that.
Well, I
thought.
think it's funny that a lot of people do automatically just nix that wine from
They do.
their tasting.
They do.
Because every wine, they're different regardless of the fact that they are a varietal.
Yep.
They can change. So even if you say you hate Merlots, I would still try it when you're out tasting because that's what tasting is for.
Yeah.
So try it.
Well, I won't tell you the name of the winery, but I tasted a Howell Mountain Merlot the other day.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
really
man.
good.
Rock the house. There's certain wines, and we talk about this all the time, there's certain wines that you can give me, and I'm going to love them no matter what.
Yeah.
And Howell Mountain is one appellation, and Rock Pile is the other one.
Right.
I dig them big time.
They're good. I'm on the other edge of that fence. I like Dry Creek and Alexander. Usually anything from there, I love it.
Well, a lot more varietals in those
True.
regions.
That's true.
A lot more varietals. Well, let's do this. Let's pull a name.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about the Zinfandel from GAN.
Okay.
Okay. And then we got to pound these down to go into the
Sounds
into
good.
the Syrah.
Okay.
Can you handle that? Okay.
I think I can handle
I
that.
know our room upstairs is filling up. We have a birthday party. We've got 25 babies up here and 14 adults. So
And
here we
pizza.
go. And pizza. So pizza, and you know what they picked? Did you see what they picked for pizza?
Mambos.
They picked Pinot.
Oh, Pinot.
They
yeah.
picked Pinot. I saw them over
They
there.
did.
Pinot.
Good choice.
So we'll see if we get an audience question. We'll see if anybody has a question
Yeah.
from the audience.
All right.
So we're going to pick a name. This is for 2 bottles of wine. Okay, just pick anything in there that doesn't say Brad on it. Yeah.
That
I'm
would
going to
be-
go through this bag and throw all his
Awesome.
name out of there. He's in there waiting to make
Okay, I got one.
All right. All right. All right.
And the winner is Donna Murphy.
Donna Murphy. Donna Murphy. Well, first of all, whatever staff member took this from Donna Murphy and didn't have her put her phone number down, it wasn't all that good. Okay? Hello, you got to put your phone number down. I mean, come on. So Donna Murphy, I don't know where you're from because I don't see a phone number on here. But Donna, you're
Oh,
going
when
to
she
get
came
an
in.
email from me if you don't call 707-578-1826 before the end of the show and claim your prize. You're going to get an email and it's going to say, congratulations, you almost won.
Almost.
Almost.
That's the trick.
The key is you got to be tuned in to win, man. That's what it's all about. Not a big deal. You enjoy some wine with us. My bloggers are occasionally taste the wines that we send to the wine club, so that's
Right.
kind of fun. We're going to be doing more of that as we move on in the next few months in the summer.
Cool.
So that would be very, very good. So you got to be tuned in to win, though, and you guys tune in because you keep winning. So you got to love that.
So we have these 2 wines, these
All right.
2 Zins,
Two
the Gan
very,
and the Bono.
very different. If you can see in the color of the wines, you hold the wines up, and I'll hold the paper behind it. So whenever you're looking at home and you're trying to look at color, do it this way. Are you in the shot there?
Yeah.
They can't see Jack. But
am.
anyway, you can really pick up the color of the wine and how different they are. They're very, very different. I mean, when the light shines through here, it's significantly
It is.
different.
It is.
Now,
One looks a bit more ruby. The other one is a bit, I don't know, browner. I don't know. That's not the right word.
Well, they're both from the same vintage year, so they've been exposed to the same climate issues. Alexander Valley, always think soft finish. You get a really nice soft finish. But this is big and jammy in the nose.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So when we talk about grilling and you're talking about the weight of the food and the wine, if you've got bigger food, now you're going into a steak maybe, or some big beef ribs versus pork, right? So you're going into beef ribs. You gotta start leaning in this direction here.
Right.
This isn't going to hold up necessarily. You're going to go beyond its point.
Yeah.
And this is really going to be hold up. So you want a jammy Zinfandel. This is Gans. $32 retail. If you're a Cellar Club member, it's $27.20. Fabulous bottle of wine. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, and if you're a fan of the jammy Zins, that is.
Oh, that's big.
That's the ticket.
That's the ticket, right?
I mean, really, for that, yeah.
That is big, meaty. That can take about as big of a food that you can ask for. So yeah, no problem with that. Let's see. Let me see if I can get a question here that none of you guys would know. These
Dan
easy.
says that the 2010 Runquist 1448 Red Blend is awesome with barbecue. Have you ever tried that?
No, where is it from?
Runquist? RUNQU.
2000 Fat Runquist. 1448. What is 14? What does 1448 mean?
Maybe it's the lot.
The lot that they created. Okay.
We do have a question from Brian. I believe he's a new listener watcher as well.
Okay.
And he would like to know what is the difference between Petite Syrah and Syrah, which is a very common question that a lot of people ask.
That's a great question, and we hear that all the time. The Petite Syrah and Syrah are two completely different grapes.
Right.
The Petite Syrah, for the most part, most of those grapes they use as a blender in a wine.
Yeah.
Maybe in a Syrah or even a Zinfandel. Or if you're Heidi Barrett, she likes to blend it in actually with the Pirate.
Right. She's like a mad chemist, though.
No, she is, because it gives you part of the characteristics that she talks about, which are the three parts of your tongue. Mm-hmm. So she divides her tongue into three categories.
Right.
The front section is 1 and 2. The mid section is 3 and 4, and 5 and 6 in the back.
Right.
So the Petite Syrah will maybe give you 1 and 2, 3 and 4, but it's not going to give you 5 and 6 necessarily by itself.
Yeah.
But when you blend it with other grapes, that's what she does. Then she gets
You
that
get
full
everything.
experience. That's right. So Syrah and Petite Syrah, two different grapes.
Mm-hmm.
The skins on the Petite Syrah are much deeper.
Okay.
They're kind of inky.
Yeah.
Out of the barrel, it's pretty tannic.
Yeah.
So again, that's why you want to blend it with something that's a little soft, like Merlot or Syrah or Zin.
Yeah.
The other one that comes to mind that we hear all the time as well. What's the difference between Shiraz and Syrah?
Oh, right. That is.
Okay. So answer. Anybody know? Come on, dial. There is no difference. They're both the same grape.
Mm-hmm. This is what they call it.
It's really the marketing. In
Yeah.
California, it's really a marketing thing. New Zealand and Australia, they prefer Shiraz. It's the same grape, so don't be fooled.
They say everything funny over there.
Yeah. All right, so let me do a question here. This is kind of a cool one. Which of the following grapes is known for having characteristics such as blackberries, gammy meat, and black pepper?
Huh.
Blackberries, so it's a characteristic in a grape
Yeah.
that you would define as blackberries, gammy meat, and black peppers. Gamey meat, not gammy.
Gamey, yeah.
Gamey, okay, gamey. I'm not that smart. Okay, there's
I wasn't going to say
choices.
anything.
4 choices. A, Pinot Noir. B, Merlot. C, Syrah. D, Concord grapes.
No, Concord grapes.
So those of you that don't know,
And that's-
Concord grapes are made up in the Finger Lakes in New York. Thus the Concord grape.
Right.
So, characteristic of blackberries, gamey meat, and black pepper. Would it be A, Pinot, B, Merlot, C, Syrah, and D, Concord grape? I don't know the answer to that
We
one.
have 2 answers already from our viewers.
Don't tell anybody, because I don't want to sway with the other. Oh, they can see them though, huh?
They can see them.
Oh yeah. All right.
So the 2 answers.
I don't see the stuff normally, so I'm not all that smart.
It came
thought it was a
from
private
2
thing.
people, My Vine Spot, Dizelle,
Yeah.
and Demilove. They both say Syrah.
Blackberries, gamey meat, and
Yep.
black pepper. Interesting.
We're about to taste the Syrah, so we'll see if we taste the gamey meat and the pepper.
Yeah. So let me. I'm going to pound this one down here. God, this is really good. This can is right on the money for jammy, big Zinfandel.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's aged really well, because when we first got that in the room, I mean, that was just like a major like fruit bomb, and it settled a bit, where it's a really nice, well-rounded.
Well, and again,
Fruity.
that goes back to what we talk about every week. We talk
Yeah.
about these are small production wines, so you want to treat them as rare wines,
Yes.
number 1. And number 2, you don't want to just buy a bottle or 2. You want to buy a case and you want to lay it down because of that exact scenario.
Absolutely.
You're going to see the progression of the wine, and as that wine evolves, it's going to change over time. And when it
Yeah.
changes, it's going to be a completely different wine, which will pair with different food groups.
Yeah.
Early on, as a big fruit bomb, that's not going to be the same. This is a little fruity up front, and so this is going to be a completely different food opportunity than what you would do in this.
Right.
So take advantage of that, guys. I'm just telling you, it's not rocket science. And then this one, they made it pretty easy since it's 2 for 1. Hello, duh.
Pretty good deal.
What's going on, guys? How we doing, man? All right, so let's go to the first Syrah, and then we'll answer the question. Any more guesses?
Everybody's saying
Everybody
Syrah.
said Syrah?
Syrah.
Wow.
I'm thinking they might be right.
Now stop it. Where do they get off?
That's smart.
Wait, oh, I
If
know
you're
what they
blind.
did. Did they Google it? Can you Google that? No, you
You
can't.
can, yeah, you probably could Google that.
Oh, I guess. You guys Googled it, didn't you?
You can
Did
Google
you Google
anything
it?
these days.
You guys kill me. You can't answer anything on your own anymore. You got to Google it. There are no questions.
No, it's true. It's such.
See, Johnny Carson would not have survived in this climate at
He
all.
wouldn't. A lot
They
of
would have
things.
known what the question was.
It's true. Everybody would know on their smartphone before.
Oh, I love it. Well, we'll do a little skit one day. We'll do a Jornak the Magnificent. I'll go next door because I can get costumes next door. I can get.
Oh, that's true.
I bet you they've got.
Oh my
that
God, we
exact-
should do that
how
one
funny,
day.
right?
That's awesome. I'll dress up too.
Will you?
Sure. We
Well,
can
you
have
gotta
people
be-
pick a costume.
But
That'd
you gotta
funny.
be Ed McMahon. You saw the skit.
I did see the skit. Is it always Ed McMahon asking the question? Always?
He was always the straight guy on his show.
Okay.
He introduced him, and then he would sit there with the guests,
Right.
and he.
Oh.
So that way he was his straight man.
I could
forever.
pretend to be Ed McMahon.
You're so young. I can't
We'll
believe
see.
you don't know Johnny Carson.
I know who Johnny Carson is, just not that character.
Okay, so now I'm drinking the James 2009. Another really, really wonderful vintage year. 2009 Syrah, $36 retail, $30.60 if you're a wine club member. Dry Creek Valley fruit, pouring magnificent.
Yeah, it's
wonderful.
really nice wine.
That's really nice.
Dizelle was asking, what are some wine selections that you would particularly stock if you wanted to match it with a perfectly marbled grilled steak?
Well, as you get up the chain now we're getting into, bigger, richer wines.
Yeah.
What I would look for is a Bordeaux blend. So if you get a wine that's got, doesn't have to necessarily only have the Bordeaux grapes. Pirate is perfect example of that.
Absolutely.
That has 4 of the 5 Bordeaux grapes, and if you guys can guess guess
5 grapes?
No, guess the 4 that are in the pirate wine.
Well, they should guess all 5 of the Bordeaux grapes.
Well, but that's easy.
Okay. Fine.
That part's
Guess the
easy.
4.
It's the 4 that Heidi put in the pirate.
All right.
Because one's missing.
Yes, one is missing.
So a Bordeaux blend that might contain some of the Bordeaux wines and then maybe a few blenders like what she did.
Yeah.
So Pirate's a perfect example of that. As you start to get up that chain of a really big steak, I want a bigger, fuller body. I want a bigger wine. I want it bigger than Zin.
Right.
And I want it to be bigger than your biggest Syrah. And we're going to get to a big Syrah at the end here because I think
Absolutely.
that's a pretty big.
It
that's
is.
a pretty big wine.
Yeah, it's a nice wine.
Okay, so let's go to our question and let's see if you guys know. There's the answer right there. Ah, you didn't know.
They have to have really good vision.
The answer is. The answer is. I love it. We're going to come up with this skit. We'll do it. We'll do it. I know it. We'll do it. Which of the following grapes is known for having characteristics such as blackberries, gamey meat, and black pepper? A. Pinot Noir, B. Merlot, C. Syrah, D. Concord grapes. Well, we can take the Concord grape out of there. It's
Yep.
not going to give you anything at all. It's just grape juice. I might see a little blackberries possibly in a Pinot, depending on who's producing
Maybe.
it. It might have a
Yeah,
little,
I would say maybe a Merlot. I would
it's
battle
possible
between the Merlot and Syrah.
Okay.
Personally.
Okay, you guys, you did it. Syrah. There it is. Syrah. It can produce full-bodied, dark, strong wines.
Yeah.
Which we're seeing here, much darker
Absolutely.
than what we had in the other 2 wines.
Yep.
And we see it a lot in California. A thing to remember in Syrah, you can grow Syrah in a cooler climate. So you can grow it in the Sonoma Coast region, which is typically cooler, which is where you see Pinot and Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc,
Yeah.
the white grapes.
Yep.
But you can also see Syrah.
Uh-huh.
But you're not going to see Zin there. You're not going to see Cabs or Merlot.
Now, why is that? Why does that?
It's a versatile grape that can handle the cooler, foggy
Does it have like a
area.
thicker skin in order to, or is it just?
No, it has a relatively thick skin.
Yeah.
But it's a grape. It's just one of those oddities where that's a grape
Mm-hmm.
that can thrive in that climate.
Okay.
Now I can't say you could throw it out in all of the coastal regions because they're probably way too cold.
Yeah.
They're probably too cold for even Pinot in some respects. You gotta
Yeah.
have some heat.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
But yeah, there are in the Petaluma Gap in that area, down south of our location, you'll see Syrah.
Yeah.
In that region, and they're very good.
Yes.
But it's a whole lot easier to grow it in Dry Creek, where you're,
Yeah.
Dry Creek being probably, 20 miles from the ocean, so you're quite a ways inland.
Yeah.
And you'll also see that in Alexander Valley, which is the valley next to it, even further to the east. And so, yeah, warm enough clearly to have a little Syrah.
So typically, like the valleys, they favor particular varietals.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you're in Dry Creek, you're not going to see a whole lot of Chardonnay.
Right.
It's over there, just so you guys know, in that region during the summer now, well, we're starting to get kind of summer weather now.
Yeah.
But when we get into summer, we're going to click along here 80, 90 degrees during the day, just about anywhere.
Uh-huh.
And the fog will roll in around 4, 5, 6 o'clock, right?
Yep.
And it'll cool the coastal regions down. But it won't roll into Dry Creek or Alexander Valley until well in the evening, maybe until the sundown. Therefore, it's not going to have a huge influence on the grapes.
Yeah.
And therefore, if I'm a Sauvignon Blanc or a Chardonnay grape, I'm going to get baked.
Yeah.
So the only way you can get away with it is like Robert Young, for example, makes a fantastic Alexander Valley Chardonnay. The reason they can do that is because it's a hillside planting in a manner that as the sun comes over the hill, it shades the vineyard.
Oh, wow.
So the temperatures are way up, but it's not getting that as much direct sunlight.
Yeah.
And then what they do is they manage the canopy really well. So what I mean by canopy is when you look at a vine, they typically have wires that run straight down the vine, and the plant grows between the wires on either side. Okay. In the areas that you want to protect the fruit, you leave a lot of the leaves on there. In the areas where you want to have more ripening of the fruit, you'll remove some of those leaves as you go along.
Okay.
And what we call managing the canopy, managing that so that it gives the best effect.
So the leaves create essentially a canopy.
A cover for that fruit, depending on what you're growing.
Yeah.
And again, if you're trying to do white grapes in a really difficult area, you got to pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Or forget about it and go to a little cooler climate like Russian River, Sonoma Coast, Los Caneros.
It's such a science. It's so, the growing grapes is
it's not
crazy.
like you don't just squeeze it and it goes in a bottle. It's like there's a lot to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot to it.
Yeah.
Here, let's pull another name, and then we'll go into another Syrah, and we'll talk about what's going on this weekend. If you guys are coming to wine country and you don't have your hotel room, you missed it.
Seriously.
The Amgen race is coming. Look on.
I feel like I'm going to be locked inside my house because I can't get out.
In California, because you're going to have a parade, right?
There's going to be the Rose Parade on Saturday, and then the Amgen
race
California
on Sunday, coming downtown Santa Rosa. It's going to be an absolute zoo. I'm not even going to be open on Sunday. So those of you that want to come down on Sunday, you're on your own. You can't get down here. There's no way. It's like, what am I supposed to do? All right, who we got here?
We have Elliot Hassan, something with an H. 386 area code.
All right, it's Elliot. I'm going to say Hassan also.
Hassan.
Elliot Hassan, 386. I have no idea where the heck that is.
We should have people put their, Facebook or
Based
Twitter name on there.
the customer number, because we created an account for you. So when you order wine, we have a way to get it to you. According to this number here, that was several years ago. You've been in the bag there, dude. Wait till you get an email. Well, anyway, Elliot Hassan, Hassen,
and a 386 area code,
and the
wherever that is.
Let me find out where the heck 386. I have no idea. Whoops. I'm gonna send you an email, and you're gonna cry because you missed 2 bottles of wine for $2, and that would have been really fun.
Mm-hmm. Better than $2 Chuck.
That's right. Yeah. It's $1 Chuck.
$1 Chuck. And I think $2 Chuck is now $3 Chuck.
That's right. So coming down to the valley this weekend, we've got John. We're going to do it. Yeah. Give a slide. We're going to have Ricky Allen Ray. We'll have Ricky Allen Ray on Thursday, 5:30 till 8:30. Ricky will be rocking the house out. Probably going to be pretty busy. So if you want to have a group upstairs in the library lounge, spin that camera around so they can see how many people you can fit in the library lounge. Yeah. So,
sorry.
Yeah. Professional.
Having a lot of people.
Yeah. So, that's a big. There you go. If you want to have a group of people upstairs, you can do that, and we pump the music upstairs. It's wonderful. So come on down and enjoy that. That's on Thursday, and then on Friday we've got John Pita. John Pita's in the house on Friday, and he starts at 7:30, goes till 10:30, and
awesome.
he just rocks out the house. John was really good last Friday.
I bet.
We had more. Oh yeah, we had a big. He does a couple songs. He did Let It Be.
Yeah.
So everybody was doing Let It Be. They were singing. All the people in the bar were singing.
For sure.
It was really cute. And he does a Michael Jackson song.
And he does Adele too. He does a good Adele.
Well, he does Adele, but he does a Michael Jackson song.
I'm not sure which one he does.
I'll think of it after the broadcast. Anyway, John Pita, rocking the house, 7:30 to 8:30. I don't have a musician yet on Saturday, but I might. We'll see. So if not, don't worry about it. We'll turn the music up. There'll be a lot going on. Amgen's in town.
Yep.
Place will be packed. If you want to order dinner, like these guys did, they ordered pizzas and they have it right here in the tasting room. You know, how bad is that? So lots of entertainment right here. And then, Summerfest. This is a cool event. Put the flyer up for Summerfest. That's a very cool event. It starts the first Friday in June, and it goes June, July, August, and September on the first Friday. Goes from 5 o'clock till 8 o'clock with live music outside.
Yeah.
It's going to be fantastic. We've got great bands set up. We've got food from the local restaurants. We've got
Arts and crafts.
artists, craft people.
Yep.
We'll be rocking and rolling that night. It'll be very, very fun. So Summerfest, and we'll if you go to our website and you want to sign up and get tickets, just click on events, click on Summerfest, and it goes right to the website. You can buy $20 tickets, and if you buy them online, you get 4 extra tickets, which is cool.
You get 2 extra food and.
No, we changed it.
Oh, it's 4 now.
Yeah, you get 4 for $20.
That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, you get your 6 tickets with your $20 and your glass. But you get 2 extra. You're right, it is 2.
Yeah, it's
you get 2 extra. You're right. You're so smart. You get 2 extra at $20. If you go to $40, you get 10 tickets plus 4 extra tickets, and that's for 2 people. That's pretty cool. Great event, fun time. We close the street. We have a wonderful time. That's pretty cool.
And the weather will be great. It'll be
guaranteed weather will be really nice.
much
Although
fun.
you're in wine country, so layer yourself.
That's true.
Next week we're going to push real hard for lobster lunch. That's coming up June. That's coming June 29th, and August in Dunaw's property, and that's August, I think it's 17th. But
And the one in June is at James, right?
That's at James Family Cellars. We've had it there for 4 years, and it's just fantastic. Great property, very cool event.
I plan on going to one of those.
Yeah. No, you got to go. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if
It'll
you
be
don't
a lot
like
of fun.
lobster, then too bad. Give it to somebody
Well,
else.
they can eat bread and all the vegetables.
Yeah, I mean you've got artichokes, potatoes, onions, corn on the cob,
Potatoes. Oh, yeah.
sausage. I mean,
Yep.
oysters on the half shell,
Lots of good
artisan
stuff.
cheeses, great wines.
Manchego cheese?
Well, manchego. Gotta have manchego. What's the
have
point of having
manchego.
cheese? And a shout out to my wife who's in Oregon with my mother-in-law and father-in-law, Don and Donna Westerberg, and Sherry's there, and Michael, and Nick. I mean, not Nick. Tony and Alex. Give up the charger, Alex. He stole my charger. I can't believe it.
Your phone charger?
Yeah, he came to the tasting room and he
Oh.
goes, my phone was
How
going
funny.
bad, right? The boys plugged him in.
Uh-huh.
And then he left and he goes, I got to get my charger.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
thanks, Alex. Yeah, thanks, dude. Yeah, give that to Aunt Angie and then you'll be okay. You get to live another day.
Way to go, Alex.
Yeah, way to go, dude. Thanks. Yeah. So,
Well, my friend recently stole my charger too, but he stole my car charger, which is horrible if you're going on long trips and your phone's dying. You don't have a car charger.
not cool. Okay, so
Not
buy
cool.
your own charger, give that one to Aunt Angie, and be done with it. So shout out to you guys. Thanks for tuning in and saying hello to us. Okay, so James 2009, great Syrah pouring, really nice. You want a wine, you can open the bottle right now and drink it right away. This is a wine you can drink
Yeah, that's
right
great.
now. Okay, all right. So I'm going to put a little more in the glass because I want to have them side by side. Plus I want more to drink.
Grace,
You have yours right there.
I do. Grace is going to be joining us for the Lobster Fest because she'll be living here then, so that'll be awesome.
I love that. Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's going to be very cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
super
love
fun.
it, love it, love it, love it. Well, we'll do a live broadcast from the James property.
Oh, really?
So those of you that can't come, you can drool on that show.
Well, don't be slobbering all over yourself now.
Oh man, I'm just telling you. That's
Well, make
the
sure to
coolest
put a
event.
bib on you.
Yeah.
We all have to wear lobster bibs.
We have lobster bibs. All right, so 2007, again, we're going back to 2007. Fantastic vintage year.
That's good.
This is the best buy in the room whatsoever. I mean, if you don't have this at home, you are crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy. 2007, this Napa Valley fruit from Bono. 2007 was, again, a really nice
Absolutely.
vintage year.
And this wine is just a great wine to have in your library at home. It's just a wine you can just grab and take it to somebody's house and know that you're going to give them a good wine.
Well, and the other thing is too, what you have to remember is you can lay this down.
Yeah,
you don't have to
absolutely.
drink this right away. You can lay this down. So lay some down and have it periodically.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah?
Yeah. It's the only way to go.
No, you're fine. We have our microphones on, so it doesn't pick it up.
So this is Napa Valley fruit at its best, but here's the deal on this. Okay, you guys ready? It's $48 a bottle, which was very worthy of that price point, no doubt about it. But John's got a special on it. If you buy 6 bottles, you get it for $20 a bottle. Hello, $20 a bottle for Napa Valley fruit? You got to be kidding me.
This
That
wine
is-
matches my pants.
Yeah, right? Now, much bigger wine. So when we talk about barbecuing, as you move toward that marbly, beautiful steak,
Yeah.
you better lean in this direction.
Right.
This is a much bigger wine than the James.
Why aren't you double fisting like I am? It's super fun.
Oh man. Well, they're similar in color. You got to get really close.
Yeah.
You know, in that when you guys come to the taste room and you do the blind tasting, one of the wines that are in there is a Syrah. Mm-hmm. And everybody gets that wrong. They seem to think that they are looking for deeper color in the Cab than they are in the Syrah, and that's not true. That Syrah grape's going to really impart a lot more color, than a deeper color than you might get in a Cab.
Yeah.
'Cause you remember in the Cab, it might be blended with a little Merlot, little Petit Verdot, maybe some Malbec. So
Yeah.
it's not necessarily going to be a darker color. That Syrah is pretty damn dark.
That reminds me of a question. I believe
All right.
Grace was asking earlier if you think a Malbec would be good to pair with the barbecue.
Oh man, Malbec that's one of those grapes that
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
Now again, I keep going back to Heidi Barrett. She will not make a Malbec.
Who do we have making a Malbec though? Is Bono making one?
John, I believe, has got one in the barrel. We're not going
Right.
to see it for a little bit.
And of course, Gann has
makes
one.
a killer Alexander Valley Malbec. Bono made a Malbec, and I made the fatal error that I will never make again.
You drank it all.
When we bring wine in the tasting room, because the room's not that big. If you guys
Right.
have ever been here before, those of you who've never been here before, I only bring 3 cases in. We put one on the wall, one in the back, and one in the storage.
Yep.
Right? So Bono brought in his Malbec. Well, we didn't get it on the menu right away, and all of a sudden, we put it on the menu and went, oh my God, this is great. We started blowing it out, and I called John. I said, John, give me 5 cases. I mean, we're going to blow
Of the
this thing
Malbec?
out.
I don't even think that I tried it.
No, and it was gone. It was sold out. I went, what the hell? What are you talking about? If I'd have got it 2 weeks earlier, I'd have had as much as I wanted. So I won't make that mistake anymore. I won't do that. So that's why you got to get these wines before they get blown out, and then they're gone. Oh, something we're going to do for those of you that are tuned in and have never been to the tasting room. If you're tuned in tonight, you found us through a friend, or you just found us because we're the only wine webcast in the world that's been producing shows consecutively for 4 years. Okay.
Only one.
Well, only one in the entire world, okay, that has gone as long as we've gone. So you found us and you've never been to the tasting room, so you can't enter into the contest because you didn't do the tasting.
Right.
If you email me, info@sellersofsonoma.com, info@sellersofsonoma.com,
Very easy.
I will put your name in the hat as if you came in and did a tasting. And then the next time you visit California, make sure you stop here and certainly say hello.
And at least
taste our
tune
wines.
in. Tune in wherever
And
they live.
then you got to keep tuning in. So if you've never been here, but you're tuned in and you want to be in the contest, info@sellersofsonoma.com, and you can tell that to your friends too.
Yep.
And as long as they send it in to me, I'll go ahead and put you in there, and we'll pull your name out, and you'll be a winner.
Our new follower, Demi Love,
Yes.
made a suggestion that
Okay.
we do a tweet out to the Twitter followers, and we do some sort of a contest with them. So that would be cool. So do a raffle 1 week for all of the Twitter followers.
Let's do that.
So we'll have to try that out.
All right, we'll check that out. But if they have to have a way to register, we got to have their name in there. It can't just, so
Right.
they got to
We'll work out. We'll work it out.
Maybe a sign-up sheet or something online.
Yeah.
Where they sign up online
Sure.
to enter the contest.
And they can give us their Twitter handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good suggestion. We appreciate that. Let's draw one more name, and then we'll call this
One more
thing to a
name.
close. Okay. Come on. Let's get a winner here. Let's get a winner.
Maybe Dan, I'll pick you.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be the
Dan's
miracle?
blaming Brad because he doesn't win.
What the hell? Well, there's so many names in there. What are we?
Nope. Sorry.
All right. So we have Alfred, Sarah, Sarah,
Sarah?
S-A-R-R-A.
Oh, I thought it was a girl. Yeah. Sarah, I don't know.
Alfred, 707, a local person. Alfred, Sarah, you won. Let's see, how many did we pull? We pulled the odd number. Let's pull an even number.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got a lot. I may
We
start
have
pulling.
5 minutes left.
Yeah, I'm going to start pulling big time.
Oh, look.
He's
No,
not here.
I know. Shocking. Maybe he's tuning in. I doubt it, though.
I do too. So I'm not even going to say that.
I don't know.
Al Kaplan. Al Kaplan.
He used to come in all the time, for those of you that don't know.
That's right. Al Kaplan. Wow, I didn't even know he was in the bag. Well, there you go. Wait till he gets his email. He's going to be pissed. If you tuned in, give me a call. Al Kaplan. That's interesting. Okay.
Brad is
All right,
wondering
one
if
more.
Brad is wondering if bloggers get an entry for every year that they have watched.
Oh, well, yeah, sure, why not? Some of you would be in 5 times.
Oh, is he local? Yeah, he's local. Right.
Dave Garcia.
Yeah. He might be
Dave's gonna be
watching.
pissed.
He might be watching.
Dave Garcia. Buddy, are you on? Dave Garcia. Oh, he's loving life, man.
Yeah.
Dave Garcia, baby. You know the phone number. Hell, you get your butt down here.
I know, right?
Right? You get your butt down here. Dave Garcia, wait till I send you a freaking email.
No,
man.
he's not going to like you anymore.
No, he's going to be really pissed. All right, so fun weekend to come visit Wine Country. A lot going on, man. Live music on Thursday and on Friday. Saturday we've got, we'll just crank it up in here.
Yep.
It's the Amgen race, so there's a lot going on, man. The place is booked crazy. You guys can spend the night in the library lounge if you don't have a room, so you can stay up here. It's no problem.
Yeah.
We'll rent this out like a hotel.
Oh, I'm sure people would like it. When I was out at Bottle Rock this weekend, people were renting out their yards.
So how was that? Now, you guys may have heard of Bottle Rock, and
Yeah.
if you haven't, Google it. It was a pretty big event.
It was huge. It was huge. It was massive. And I have to say, I was thoroughly impressed with how they pulled it off. Went pretty smoothly from what I understand. Well, from my point of view as a participant, as a concert goer, went off really well. It was organized really well. They had
what I heard.
water, wine, stages. The sound was amazing. The audio was great. The visual aspects, it was great. The lineup was wonderful. Bands went on time.
Yeah,
For the most part.
I heard nothing but great stuff.
Yeah.
Their first time, it was a big concert, folks. They had 40,000 people.
Yeah, big
I mean,
name
it was
acts.
huge.
Yeah.
Big names, right?
Oh
Huge.
yeah, we had, there was Kings of Leon, Jane's Addiction on Saturday. They had Dwight Yoakam, they had Michael Franti and Spearhead, Charlie
I don't know
Musselwhite,
any of these bands. I had no
Rodrigo
idea.
Gabriela. I mean, so
I
many.
probably would have
just-
liked them, though.
Well, the thing about the festivals is that they're wonderful because you get to be exposed to music that you would not necessarily ever go see in concert. Like, I would never go see Dwight Yoakam on my own, but
Right.
since he was there, hell yeah, I'm going to go see Dwight Yoakam.
And
So-
can you can go from one to the other,
You could,
right?
yeah, they had 4 different stages, so you could go from one, and they had the schedule planned out. So you just gotta plan out your concert day and see a little bit of everybody. You're probably not going to see a full set unless you're like a diehard fan. But with festivals, you want to go check a little bit about, get a little taste, and see what they're all about.
Gotta love it. It was a good event. I heard it was really wonderful.
Yeah, really well
and,
done.
they're going to do a mini thing later on this year, a small version.
Well, they're doing it again in next year in
Yeah,
May.
they're selling tickets already for it.
Yeah, they are. For
That's
$50
pretty
off
amazing.
right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, next week we'll talk more about summertime events that are coming up. We want to plug Summerfest. We want to
Yes.
plug the Sabarbecue. The golf tournament's sold out already. Damn, I can't believe that.
I know, that's fast.
And, but There's some really fun summer stuff coming up, so lots of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, so this is where you discover wine one sip at a time here at Cellars of Sonoma. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye for now. Did we win? Did we win? Did we win the game?